Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do a review on this Black & Decker 12 cup mill and brew coffee maker, model number CM500B. So this is a grind and brew coffee maker. You're going to put whole bean coffee in and it's going to brew, it's going to grind the coffee beans and then it's going to brew a pot of coffee. Okay, so let's have a look at the control panel. You're going to start the brew right here. You do have to select how many cups you're going to brew each time. So if you're going to do the full 12 cups, you got to set the grinder for the 12. That just so it extends the grinder and it grinds enough beans for 12. On the left here, this is where you're going to put the whole bean coffee. It goes in the filter basket. So, and this is the brew head. So it's going to first grind the beans and then it's actually going to brew the coffee right in the grinder where it ground the beans. Now you do have to use this filter. You're not able to put a paper filter in this at all. This is a gold mesh filter. And this all comes out. And you can see that's where the coffee is going to go, and it's going to go right into the top of the carafe. There is a little interlock switch, so you got to make sure you've got this in the right position. And again, this is the brew head. Here's where the hot water is going to come out, and when you close this, make sure you snap it. Over here on the right-hand side, this is where you're going to pour the water. This is the great big water reservoir. You can put up to 12 cups of water in there. It's got a nice window on the side here to let you know how much you've put in. It's got a nice glass carafe with a hinged lid. It does have a warming plate. So back up here to the control panel. So if you're going to make 4 cups of coffee, you got to hit the grind button to 4. That means it'll just turn that grinder on long enough to just grind 4 tablespoons of coffee, whole bean. If you're going to do 6, 8, 10, or 12 accordingly. And if you don't want, you can put already ground coffee in there, then just turn the grinder off. See how it's got a line through it? That means that when you press the start button, the grinder won't start. It'll just start heating the water and brewing the coffee. But we're going to do the full 12 cups. Now it does have 3 levels of strength. You've got normal brew, there's kind of a medium, and then there's a bold brew, just by hitting that. And what that's going to do is that's going to extend the time of the brew. It's going to brew a little bit and kind of pause, brew a little bit, then pause. We're going to do just a normal strength. This is programmable. You can program this to start automatically in the morning. It'll grind the coffee and start brewing the coffee automatically in the morning. Okay, so you're going to put 1 tablespoon of whole bean coffee right here into the filter basket for every cup you're going to brew. I'm going to do the full 12 cups. So I'm going to put 12 tablespoons of whole bean coffee in there. Okay, so I've got my 12 tablespoons of coffee in there. Again, it's going to grind them right in that filter basket, and then it's going to brew them right in that filter basket. Make sure we close this. We're going to come over here. Now we got to put our water in. Now, it's going to brew. Whatever amount of water you put over here is what it's going to brew each time. So I want 12 cups, so I got to make sure I fill it up to the 12 mark. Okay, I've got it filled up to the 12 mark. Even if you had this grinder set on, say 6, and you had 12 cups of water, it's still going to brew the full 12 cups of water. It's just not going to run the grinder as long. So let's move the grinder back over to 12. I've got my water, got my carafe, make sure the lid is on it. And then you're simply going to press the start button. It runs the grinder for a specific amount of time, and then it'll start heating the water and doing the brew. It's not a very loud grinder. Okay, so the grinder shuts off automatically. Now you can hear it heating the water and it's going to start brewing the coffee. We're going to time it, then we're going to do some temperature checks in the middle and at the end and see how hot a cup of coffee it makes. Okay, so we're at almost the 9-minute mark and we're almost to 9 cups of coffee. And so the coffee coming out the bottom of the filter basket's about 194. You do get some steam towards the end of the brew coming out the top. Okay, so we're almost to the 12-minute mark and it's completely done. It's about a cup a minute. That's about standard. Let's see how the carafe pours. Pours very nice. This is a very nice carafe. Let's see how hot that cup of coffee is. So that cup of coffee is 172. That's a really hot cup of coffee. Here's what the coffee looks like. I don't have any coffee grounds in there. Now I will have a little bit of sediment in the bottom. That's a very good cup of coffee. It's really hot right now. I've been drinking the coffee out of this morning. The San Francisco Bay Fog Chaser is a really good coffee. Okay, so let's go up here. Be careful. There could be some hot steam up here. Open this up. And see, you can see that it ground the coffee and then it brewed it right in the same basket. And you can see the water did not overflow the filter basket, so I didn't get any coffee grounds in my coffee. Cleanup is very simple. You can take this whole assembly out, or this filter basket does have a handle on it that you can take out. The display does change to a freshness timer. It tells me that this pot of coffee has been sitting there for 2 minutes. So cleanup is very simple. Both these parts are dishwasher safe. You will want to rinse out the coffee grounds that are left over after you dump them out. But this is what it looks like. And here's this part. This is a very nice coffee maker. I'm happy that I bought it. Hope this video helps. Thanks everybody for watching.